morning, Titans. It's Friday, September 30th, and you're watching Cen10 News. I'm Sorna Taghizadeh.
And I'm Ashley Hilton. Many of us know Coach Grayson as an energetic and always positive coach, but life wasn't always that easy, and most people don't know about his background. Mireya Saldana sat down with him to learn more.
High school is a hard time for most people. It's where we begin to discover who we are and what we're going to do in the future. Overcoming these difficult times, as well as adversity, is challenging. Coach Grayson gives us a first-hand account of how he was able to overcome his own difficult times.
When I was born, I had 4 other brothers and sisters, but I didn't know I had other brothers and sisters because we were all in separate foster families. Like I went to another one away from my brothers and sisters, and then when we were 5 years old, I found this out when I graduated college that this group called the Sand Springs Children's Home found out that we were all brothers and sisters, and they decided that they were going to try to place us all together. I knew that I didn't have a relationship with my mom and dad. I knew that they were still alive, and I got to see them like once a year, but I was really adjusted to that life of not having my own biological parents in my life. There was about 90 kids in the children's home, and we were all from different backgrounds. So when I went to school, it was just like I was at school. It was like I lived with, so many different kids, and I've always been a person that has really enjoyed the company of other people. So I was able to transition very easily. I think it was a lot easier to transition with a lot of kids than just being out there on my own, as a foster kid. I thought that was actually pretty boring.
Mrs. Grayson told us what type of quality she thinks her husband has that helped him get through that time.
I do think he has a really strong faith, but I also think that he's just naturally a really positive person, and he just sees the good in people, he sees the good in circumstances, but I also just think that, as a way of survival, if nothing else, that you just kind of get to the point where you make the best of everything, because everything's not always the best already. So it's definitely a quality that's made him a tremendous husband and an amazing father.
Coach Grayson has some advice for kids who are also going through a tough time right now.
My motto growing up, and I still use it today, is that to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world. So if you look at it in that perspective, the world happens to a lot of people, but the way that you live your life could help be a stumbling block or a building block to help others see that you could grow from every situation that life offers. And I just decided that the way that my life was is that I could be more of a light in this world, and I could be more of a positive influence and help people get out of that situation than be a person who just would be sad about my situation and not really care for other people. So I really just decided to say, look, there's other people that have it worse off than me, and my life is really good, and I'm very, very blessed. So to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. So that's my encouragement for everybody.
Reporting for Cen10 News, I'm Mireya Saldana.
You may not be thinking about what comes after high school at this point. However, one former student made a brave decision to enlist in the military.
Alyssa Harmon has more.
As seniors prepare to go to college, there are some that are planning on enlisting. Centennial has had past students go off to join the military, as well as some teachers who have served our country. I interviewed an active duty service member, as well as Mr. Bockler and his son, about military service.
Well, as a kid, I was in New York when 9/11 happened. I was in 5th grade, so that played a huge role. I didn't realize how much I wanted to be in the military until my senior year, though. My brother, he's younger than me, and he graduated the year after me, and he had no money for college. My family had all their hopes and dreams on me to go to college. So I realized as an older sibling, though, that, I needed to find my own way to do it. The best advice I could give you is to sit down and actually talk to a recruiter, and not just one, talk to everybody, because a lot of the tangible things, you're going to get paid the same, you're going to get the education benefits, and that's all going to be the same across the board. You want to go and find out where you're going to fit in best. And some people, maybe physical fitness isn't for them, then Marine Corps is probably not going to be for them. And other branches, they might have a different emphasis on different things. And so the only way that you could really find out where you belong, where you're going to fit in, is if you sit down and actually talk to them.
I was working as a personal trainer, and it was just basically hitting a money in, money out. So it wasn't really going anywhere, so I decided to do something more so that I could progress instead of just getting paid and then paying rent and all that.
I think the summary told me a very interesting concept, which I thought was very mature. And he told me basically, I'm surviving, but I'm not thriving. And he's had the realization that basically you have to have skills before you can make good money. And by going to the military, it allows him to get some experience. And then take that experience and either stay in the military and make a good living, or take it outside of the military and have lots of different options.
Reporting for Cen10 News, this is Alyssa Harmon.
On September 13th, Apple released their newest software update, iOS 10.
Our reporters share a little more about the new features.
iOS 10 was recently introduced to all Apple users, and many CHS students have upgraded. We informed students and teachers on what iOS 10 is and asked their opinion on the update.
iOS 10 was introduced by Apple on September 13th, 2016 and have improved almost everything on their devices. iMessaging has improved with you now being able to play games with your friends, and not to mention other features such as sketches and message bubbles. Apple has also improved their control center and notifications bar, now being able to show widgets on the lock screen. Furthermore, Apple has introduced the Home app, which allows you to control your smart home devices, and you are now able to delete developer apps such as Notes, Weather, etc.
We talked to students Connor and Ken about their thoughts on iOS 10.
So I think that iOS 10 was much better than I expected it to be. I like the new features on the iMessage where you can, play games with your friends, such as 8-ball pool, chess, or whatever you want to play on that tic-tac-toe. And also I like how you can delete the developer apps that Apple already gives you on the phone so that it's not in your way and it keeps up storage.
It's pretty cool actually. I like iMessage a lot better. They finally made iMessage cool again. The emojis are a lot bigger, and you could draw, and send drawing to your friend. That's pretty cool.
Drones seem to be everywhere. How are businesses using this technology?
Recently, Chipotle started to tinker with drone technology in order to deliver burritos to their customers, starting with Virginia Tech, which was approved by the FAA as a test site in 2013. The technology will be using self-guided hybrids that can fly like an airplane or hover like a helicopter, and will be making deliveries from Chipotle trucks in order to assess the accuracy of navigation systems and response to the customers.
Hey dude, did you know Chipotle now delivers burritos by drones?
Really?
Yeah.
But think of all the bad things that could happen.
Hello, Chipotle? Yeah, can I get a burrito that has chicken, rice, and cheese here to the Centennial Courtyard? Yeah, thank you. My burrito should be here any minute. Hey, what's that noise?
Skirt, 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 ski, skirt, 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 ski, skirt, skirt.
Oh my goodness!
Welcome to BFF. This is the game show where we take two supposed best friends and put them to the test.
Audrey's biggest fear is being kidnapped, which is a pretty legitimate fear. It's pretty legit.
Mireya's biggest fear, I don't think she has any fears. She's pretty brave.
Audrey's worst date story. We don't talk about Audrey's date life, so.
Mireya's worst date story is non-existent. She hasn't gone on a date, so guys out there, hit her up.
The most embarrassing childhood story of Audrey that I know is when she was in 2nd grade. She was a really goody two-shoes girl, and she didn't want to bother the teacher when she had to pee, so she just peed right in her chair.
Mireya's most embarrassing childhood story, I'm pretty sure in kindergarten she peed in her chair because she was too afraid to go to the bathroom.
How does Audrey eat her Oreos? It's a sad situation because she can't eat Oreos. It's gluten. It has gluten. It's sad.
How does Mireya eat her Oreos? I'm guessing if she's like a normal person, she splits it and then licks the cream and yeah.
Tuesday Night Titans is a program created through National Honor Society to help the students be more involved in the school. Through Tuesday Night Titans, we hope to get the students to go to more of the events that are underappreciated and to have more school spirit when attending the events. We want to get as many people as we can to come to the homecoming football game this week, but Tuesday Night Titans events officially begin in October, starting with the choir concert on October 4th at 6:30. So we want to get as many people to come out and support our amazing choir.
Don't forget volleyball games begin at 5:30 and our homecoming game against Liberty begins at 7. Be sure to get there early for the homecoming court presentation at the Ford.
Before we close, we want to share some of the pictures that were sent to us for the Spirit Days.
Thanks for watching this week's show.
Be sure to check out our website, cen10news.com, and follow us on Twitter at Cen10news.
Have a great weekend, Titans!